First ever I Build MVP screencast. Today we're going to be fixing the Tutorialzine making a Chrome extension from 2010. Since this tutorial came out, there's been a lot of changes in Google Chrome in the extensions, how they're able to be built, a new manifest version. So we're going to go through and fix what's wrong with this extension because it hasn't been updated since it was first published about 4 years ago. So here we go. As you can see here, I already created a blank folder. This is my editor of choice, Sublime Text. I created a folder on the desktop called Tutorialzine Chrome extension. And I'm just going to start by copying and pasting the code that they have in here. We're going to try and run it, and we're going to fix the errors step by step. So first is the manifest.json file. If you're new to Chrome extensions, then you don't know that this is kind of the master file that controls almost everything in the Chrome extension. This is kind of the heart of the Chrome extension. Save this as and feel free to fast forward at any point in time. It shouldn't be too hard for anyone to cut and paste, copy and paste this info into their browser, name the files. But I'm going to go through the whole process so everyone can see exactly how doing the whole tutorial and fixing everything would work. Styles.css. Part 1. Been meaning to purchase the full version of that. I probably will do that after this screencast because I love Sublime and I really want to support the makers of this. CSS. Support jQuery. Script.js. That should be it. Okay, and I'm going to go to Chrome extensions. If you're not familiar, this is where you would load up your unpacked extension. Usually, if you haven't been to this page before, go to Google Chrome, open up Chrome, go to Chrome://extensions. This will pop up. You want to put yourself into developer mode so you can load an unpacked extension. You will go to like the location, the file where your extension is, and from there you would just select a folder. And if it's correctly formatted, then you would see that then it would work. You wouldn't get this extension load error we're seeing here, but it's not. So we have to go and slowly fix through the errors. The first error, manifest version key must be present and set to 2. Since this Chrome extension was created in the tutorial, the manifest version has been updated, and now users are forced to use manifest version of 2. So let's go and change that first. Manifest.json. Version 2. And that should fix that error. Now we have another error. Failed to load extension. Could not load extension icon icon_28.png. So in the tutorial, they don't give us an icon to download, or they don't mention putting the icon in the file. Maybe it's self-explanatory, but they did not mention that. So I'm going to go to google.com, and we're going to go to Google Images, and we're going to download icon. Let's make it so it's 128 by 128 exactly. This way it'll fit perfectly with our needs. PNG, just because it's a PNG file, let's make sure we get it. This one looks nice. View image, save image as, go to our folder, desktop. Let's name this icon.png. And also, if you notice in the manifest, there's two icons at first. There's icon 128.png and icon.png. Since we just have one in here and it fits 128, just save this like that, and we'll go back to extensions and we'll try and upload this again. Select. Oh, and it actually worked here. Right, so assuming everything is good to go, which I don't think it is, you should be able to click on this pop-up and it should work. And it doesn't now. And if you're trying to debug this next issue of why this pop-up isn't working, it might take you a while because it's not giving you any errors. If you inspect the pop-up, which we're not even allowed to because there's an issue with the manifest, but it doesn't error out like the manifest version does. So it would take you a hard time to figure it out. It took me a long time when I was doing this earlier, but you have to name this default pop-up because in the names of some of the things have changed since this manifest version of 1, since it changed to manifest version 2, like in our first change there. So if we go back and we load our unpacked extension, it should now pop up. And it does, but it doesn't do exactly what it's supposed to do. If you read through the extension, you should know that the tutorial, this is actually supposed to give us an RSS feed of their latest blog posts, and that's not doing this. It's just giving us a basic the title. So it's missing a lot of stuff it's supposed to be giving us. So let's go in and look for some other things that are wrong. First of all, this is a small thing, and that's not related to that bug, but Tutorialzine.html is referring to style.css, and we actually named our CSS file over here styles.css. So everything is styling correctly. We're going to want to rename styles to style.css. It's a small thing. Also, we okay. Next, well, let's see if we can just look at this and see if there's any errors it's giving us. So we can open this up now. It said, failed to locate resource, error file not found. And this is referring to, if you look at the end, jQuery.min.js. And then there's another error, type error undefined is not a function, script.js, line 1. If you look at script.js, line 1, the first line is document.ready. That's a jQuery, pretty much the default jQuery line of code to start any jQuery that you use. And because the first error says, error file not found, jQuery.min.js, that's showing us that we didn't load jQuery into a Chrome extension. It can't be found, so we have to download a version of jQuery and use that in our application. So go to download jQuery, get the most stable version. Download PRD. say we might as well download this since it's the newest version. Code.jQuery.com, jQuery 111.0.min.js. Let's put this in the wrong location. Alright, so here it is. Just going to copy and paste this. I'm going to save that as the name here, and I'm going to change it in our extension. So just create a new file from here, paste that in, name it jQuery-1.11.0.min.js. Paste that so we can write that into our application in the Tutorialzine file. Use that name here so it's referring to the correct location. And let's attempt to reload our extension. Alright, and it's been reloaded. Let's close some of these things out. Let's see what's happening now. Okay, it's still not doing what we want it to do. Let's see if the errors have changed. Undefined is not a function here. So let's take a look if we can figure this out now. It's not a function. So it looks like it's still not seeing the document.ready. I wonder if it's something we have to do now so that jQuery still isn't being rendered in this. Well, I did this entire tutorial earlier. I must have found a solution to this. So let's open up the other manifest JSON when I did it. I have a feeling I need to declare that in there. No, that is not the case. jQuery 11.min.js is there. Script.js is there. It's giving us that error still. Alright, debugging is fun. Let's see if we can figure this out. Type error, undefined is not a function. Let's use our friend Google, see if we can figure this out. Alright, I'm going to pause the screencast now, take some time to figure out what this error is, and then I will be right back.